Hello students, welcome to class. Today I'm going to discuss on a lesson called A Truly Beautiful Mind, and this lesson is about the great scientist Albert Einstein. Now the title A Truly Beautiful Mind not only speaks about the contribution of Albert Einstein on physics or mathematics, but also speaks highly about his other side. Means this great scientist had other attributes or characteristics, like he had given a lot to humanitarian works. So let us learn more about him in this lesson, A Truly Beautiful Mind. So Albert Einstein was born on 14th March 1879 in the German city of Ulm, without any indication that he was destined for greatness. So when Albert Einstein was born, nobody thought that this little boy one day is going to be a great scientist, renowned scientist of the world. On the contrary, his mother thought that Albert was a freak. A freak is a person that we generally term him to be having some unusual behavior or attributes, something not normal. In fact, his mother never thought that he would be a great scientist or anybody great, but she referred him as a freak. So Albert Einstein was born on 14th March 1879 in the German city of Ulm, without any indication that he was destined for greatness. So when Albert Einstein was born, nobody thought that this little boy one day is going to be a great scientist, renowned scientist of the world. On the contrary, his mother thought that Albert was a freak. A freak is a person that we generally term him to be having some unusual behavior or attributes, something not normal. In fact, his mother never thought that he would be a great scientist or anybody great, but she referred him as a freak. To her, his head seemed much too large. At the age of 2.5, Einstein still wasn't talking. When he finally did talk or learn to speak, he uttered everything twice. Now, why did that happen? Maybe some people, they learn to walk fast and then they learn to speak. Then you can see some children, they learn to speak first, then they start walking. So it is always different with different, children. And Albert Einstein, he did not know when he was playing with his friends, he did not play with them as much. In fact, he did not know what to do with other children. And so his playmates called him Brother Boring because he was unlike them. He did not know what to do, what to play. So this was why he was known as Brother Boring. So the youngster played by himself much of the time. He especially loved mechanical toys. Now his love for mechanical toys again a hint that Albert had an attraction for mechanical things, things related to physics from his early days. Looking at his newborn sister Maza, he said to he said to have said, "Fine, but where are her wheels?" Now this is a very strange kind of a question. Maybe his sister was wrapped up as a little baby and he could not see her legs. And he must have referred his sister Maza to a doll with dolls that he played that had wheels. So you can here see the analytical and reasoning power of little Albert Einstein. So in the picture here, you can see his little sister Maza standing beside him. A headmaster once told his father that what Einstein chose as a profession wouldn't matter because he will never make a success at anything. So, this comment given by one of the headmasters of his school in those times, you can just see the difference that happened in Einstein's life. So, you cannot judge anybody. And maybe the headmaster was a poor, judge. Einstein began learning to play the violin at the age of 6 because his mother wanted him to. He later became a very good violinist. and a gifted amateur. Amateur means a person who does not play or do something for money, but for love and interest in it. And he became a very good violinist, and he maintained this skill throughout his life. In the image here, you can see Albert Einstein playing the violin. But Albert Einstein was not a bad pupil. Pupil means a student. He went to high school in Munich, where Einstein's family had moved when he was 15 months old, and scored good marks and almost every subject. So this proves that Albert Einstein was not a bad student as he was rumored to be, as the headmaster referred him. He was a good student. You can see Albert Einstein here when he was a little boy. Einstein hated the school's regimentation. Regimentation means, the order or discipline taken to an extreme level. The school authorities were extremely strict, and Einstein did not like it at all. And he often clashed with his teachers. There was a lot of disagreement, or a lot of opposition between him and the teachers. So finally, at the age of 15, Einstein felt so stifled here means suffocated, unable to breathe, that he left the school for good. Now, leaving something for good means you are going for something better. So for Einstein, the school and the environment and the strictness of the authorities there was so stifling and so suffocating that he was not able to live with his free and his thinking mind. Maybe there is an obstacle for people who think, who imagines they don't want to be caged under something. So that is why he left for good. In the image, you can see young Einstein. The previous year, Albert's parents had moved to Milan and left their son with relatives. After prolonged discussions, Einstein got his wish to continue his education in German speaking Switzerland, in a city which was more liberal than Munich. So, Albert Einstein did not like confinement. He loved a liberal attitude. Liberal means when you respect others' opinions, it is not one sided. So, Albert Einstein decided to stay back in Switzerland, and with a long discussion with his family members, parents, and relatives, who later, gave in and agreed to him. Einstein was highly gifted in mathematics and interested in physics. And after finishing school, he decided to study at a university in Zurich. Zurich is another place in Switzerland, it's another city there. But science wasn't the only thing that appealed to the dashing young man with the walrus mustache. Walrus mustache is a mustache that is thick and had dropping, droop towards the end. It's the refer to the whiskers of the walrus. And Albert Einstein, he sported that mustache, and he was a dashing man. Dashing means very handsome, good looking. So science was not only the thing that interested him or attracted him, but there were other things that he was really interested in. You can see the image here of a young and handsome Einstein sporting the walrus mustache.